to another City Update. I'm your host, Derrick Silas, and with me today is Scott Morris, the Assistant City Manager. How are you doing?
Good afternoon, Derrick. Doing excellent.
Awesome.
Coming off of a week of vacation in Colorado and back to Oklahoma, and guess what? It's not that hot this week.
Yeah. It's pretty nice outside.
Yes, it is.
Yep. We're going to get into some topics of discussion here on our update. Some of the things that are going on in the community are the Enid Fire Department is hiring, and if you want to apply for a position, you can go to enid.org/careers. As you see on the screen, you can see the 4 new firemen that were hired recently, and they had the orientation and all of that. So we want to welcome them to the City of Enid as well, to the Enid Fire Department. As you know, the Enid Public Library has been hosting the Lunch Bunch all summer with, in collaboration with other partners. It's still going on, and it'll be going on for another 2 weeks at Champion Gym from 12 to 12:45, and at the New View Apartments from 1 to 1:45, Monday through Friday. And of course, the library, in part of the First Friday this week, they will be hosting the Camp Half-Blood on the lawn from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. They're inviting everyone. If you have some kids, they'd love to come to this. So they can come to the library. It'll be right there on the lawn. Also this week, the Fly Film Festival will be going on Friday and Saturday, August 6th and 7th at the Gaslight Theater. That's always a good and interesting event for those that are into filming and into the movies, all of those types of things. Of course, the Parks Department is always usually having some event every month. So for August, the Dog Days of Summer, we're going to have 2 events. It's still time to do reservation if you're going to come to the Fast and the Furious 5K and 1 mile fun run. $10 for fun run, $20 for 5K. If you're interested, call 580-616-7210. And of course, the other event, which is the Doggy Dip on August 14th, same day, is 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. and that will be at Champlin Pool, and that is free for all the doggies. September is coming up, and that will be the Camping in the Park. That will be Friday, September 24th and 25th. This is always a fun event for families to get out there at the park and put their camping equipment out there and have fun. They're going to have a movie in the park that one of the nights, I think it's Friday night. We'll be putting a survey on the Facebook with some various titles, and we'll get the residents to vote on those, which one you want to actually see. And we're still also, if you're interested in participating in the community cultural event, either as a dancer, singer, or you want to bring some original clothing or food, that's going to be Saturday, October 9th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And if you're interested, please go to enid.org/CCC or call us at 580-616-7210. That's the special event coordinator, and she will give you the details of what you need to do so we can reserve space for you for that event. And those are the events. Pretty interesting, huh? A lot of things going on.
There's a lot of things going on. A lot of things going on.
Yep. And I'm going to do some road closure. Right now we have a 13 road closure. I will go over these really quick. But we have the water relocation on East Pine Avenue, and that's going on. It started June 14th, and it should be closed for 4 months, approximately 4 months, so around October 14-ish, that should be back open. And you can see the work area there on the map. Then we have the Garfield County South Gate construction phase 2 began July 7th. And you can see that the road all the way from the Delease Company by the railroad track all the way to the landfill basically is closed. So if you're needing to get to the landfill, you have to take 30th Street from O&K Garrett to 30th and then back towards Southgate to access that. In addition to that, we have the North Central Waterline Road closure, and that started July 12th and will be going on to around August 20th. This will be intermittent. They'll be open sometimes and closed sometimes. So within the next month, you'll notice there's changes there, but they're doing new water line there. Then we have a street collapse on Oklahoma Avenue, and so that portion of the road is going to be closed for approximately 12 months, actually. The construction phase is probably about 9 months. So you won't have access to the parking area at Government Springs Park North. But
That's a mouthful.
yeah, but you can still go to the park. You just have to park in the other area, and you can access the hospital in both directions, from the north and from the south.
I believe there's parking west of the park along Oklahoma, and
Yes.
just to the south of there's a parking lot people can use.
Yes, yes. So just to let you know about that road closure. Then we have the reconstruction of Randolph Avenue and 5th Street, and it's prompting a road closure there. And you can see the area on your screen that will be closed, and that started July 19th and will go on for a month. So around August 19-ish, it should be, that portion should be back open. Then we had sidewalk construction on West Park Avenue. That's from July 19th to around August 27th. That intersection, just remember that will be closed as well. Then we have Quail Creek Drive road closure. Just a little area there from July 28th for about 3 weeks to August 18th. We have a water line installation on East Elm Street that's prompting that road closure. As you can see on the map there, that portion of Elm Street between 8th Street and 9th Street will be closed. So just know that will be going on for about 3 weeks as well. No, actually, that should open this week. So, on Washington Street and Cleveland Street Railroad, that began today. So this entire week, this portion of the road, these two areas on the railroad tracks will be closed to do some work there. Then we have the portion of East Randolph Avenue closed for sidewalk repairs, starting this week till next week, so 2 weeks. Then we have also reconstruction of the bridge at East Broadway, and that should be closed probably about, I think that's going to be about a year as well.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Has to do with that drainage channel there. So there's a lot of things underneath the street that you can't see that need to be worked on, and take some time. But so many of these road closures and water line repairs, these are your sales tax dollars at work.
Yeah.
So we know that if you live in the area, it can be an inconvenience, but man, this is a lot of progress in our community, and spending that sales tax money on some good infrastructure and improvements.
Yep. One last road closure would be Cherokee and Adams road closure, the intersection, and that should be closed for about 6 weeks. It's going to start coming up this week, and then it'll be closed to September 13th. And I do want to say to the residents, we are getting to, I know a lot of people may not understand the length it takes to repair streets or bridges, so we're going to be putting out a graphic to explain in detail how long the construction phase is, the bidding phase, the design phase, and those all take months or weeks to months to do. So that's why if you see construction, you say it's been closed for a year, there's reasons. And one of the first reasons would be safety issues. We have to close it regardless, even if there's no work done on it. While we're doing the design of how it's going to look, it has to be closed for safety reasons. So we'll explain that more in details with PSAs and promos coming up. Just want to remind residents also that the posting on signage of traffic control devices are prohibited. Just to remind you one more time, if you haven't seen the video that our interns have done, it's a very good video, but it's a serious thing that we're putting out there to let you know that it does damage those devices when there's tape and glue and what have you on those. So just want to beautify the city and keep it beautiful. Now tomorrow, I do know coming up, I guess they're going to be doing a soccer complex groundbreaking.
That's right. Tomorrow's a busy day. 10 o'clock tomorrow at Garland Road, 1526 South Garland Road is where the advanced soccer complex will be. And at 10 o'clock tomorrow, there will be a groundbreaking. They are hoping to, there's already a lot of work that has been done out there. There's been an Excel decel lane, the Some of the parking lots have been built, and some of the roads have been built. They've already laid sod. They've already put an irrigation system in for the fields, and they're getting ready to pour a foundation for the main building that's going to be in the central part of the park.
Okay.
And they want to have a groundbreaking ceremony, and it's going to be exciting. It's a great partnership with the city of Enid and Alan McLaughlin family, and the private donors that have put their chips in. So it's a community effort to have a fantastic facility. And if you don't know much about it yet, you should, because this is a fantastic complex that will benefit not only our community and the people who play soccer in our community, but any business owner in the city as well. There'll be tournaments and all kinds of other games and things that this will attract and bring in, and those people will spend their money in Enid, and that will result in an increase in sales tax and help us to do more of these partnerships and do more improvements in the city. So this is a really fantastic event tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Okay, very good. And I want to remind residents about SeeClickFix. If you want to report an issue of any sort, you can go to seeclickfix.com, or you can download the smartphone app from your Android, Google Play Store, or your iTunes Store for Apple. And you can report issues there. Now, we have a study session and commission meeting coming up. Let's talk about that. What's going on with the study session?
Tomorrow night at 5 p.m. there is a study session. We didn't have a study session at the last meeting, but we will have one at 5 o'clock tomorrow at Admin Building, 401 West Garriott. And you had mentioned before about roads and how it takes time to do the planning and the engineering on all of these projects. And so 2 of the items on our study session will actually be talking about that. Mm-hmm. One of them specifically will be talking about the section of Oklahoma in between St. Mary's and Government Springs North where that bridge collapsed. Yeah. And we'll be giving updates on that project and what's going on with that specifically. So if you want to hear about that, tune in. And then we'll also be giving an update just on our road and street infrastructure plan of what's coming up and what's been done. So there'll be a review of that on our study session. The other item, I believe the first item would be it's a best practices handbook for our governing body. Mm-hmm. And that came out of a recommendation that OMAG has for us, given us one. They did a presentation at a study session that we had a month ago, and recommend that we have one of those. And so we've put one together for review, and we'll be looking at that during a study session. And some of it are policies that most of it are policies that we already do, but this is just kind of condensing it into a handbook that if we have that, then we can
reference
that handbook if we need to, and it's a good deal. So that's what we're going to be looking at during the study session, and then we'll get into the main session after that, starting at 6:30.
And it's just the commission meeting will be just regular consent items.
There are a few little things on there. There is a community development item. There is a property owner that wants to change a commercially zoned property into a residentially zoned, and really it's a house that sits on it. For whatever reason in the past it was zoned commercial, and so that's going to be brought before mayor and commissioners to a hearing, and then a chance to make that rezoning happen so that it's residentially zoned. And there are mostly consent items on after that. There's a lot of good things going on in the consent items. There's a lot of progress made, and a lot of projects that we're doing, and a lot of those get handled in our consent items.
Okay, very good. Yeah. Well, I appreciate your time here today to update us on what's going on. Appreciate that. And if you have any more questions for any of us, you can always email us at communications@enid.org. And if you see know of a topic you would like us to discuss on here, we can always email us at communications@enid.org. Other than that, this has been a great time with you, and I'm hoping that everybody's enjoyed the show today, and we'll tune in next Monday again at 1:30 for an update on what's going in the city. Well, hope to see you next week. And other than that, have a great day.